I'm Kim Murdoch. I'm a recruitment specialist with AMP Financial Planning.
My name's Libby Mitchell. I've been working in human resources for over 20 years now.
I have a background in recruitment as well as learning and development, so I have been training up recruitment consultants for some time.
I became interested in working with the Cancer Council on this wonderful program at a conference with my employer.
There was a need out in the community for the workplace advisory service.
I feel that with my background in HR and recruitment in particular, it was a natural segue to work with people who are struggling to really get back into the workforce. And some of the issues aren't always large and tricky. Some of the solutions are sometimes even common sense or quite small. But the impact you can have when you're working with somebody on a one-to-one basis, just giving them that confidence, giving them the support that they need during a difficult time, just really in a sense being there for them, is sometimes all they need to get them started. And that's what I enjoy about the program the most. As a volunteer, there will be some things that you will see that's common across a lot of cases in terms of confidence, dealing with gaps in CVs. All of those things are fairly fundamental. For me, I suppose the biggest tip I can give is to just not prejudge people. If they don't return your call straight away, don't treat them like a normal candidate where you think that might mean lack of interest. It could just be that something tragic has happened. I've had cases where I've made initial phone calls and been really quite put off by the response I've gotten from the client on the phone, only to find out later that, you know, they've had their husbands died the day before or something like that. So they can be going through enormous things that are outside of their control.
One of the common things that I have seen as well with my cases is they're called chemo brain or radiation brain, where it's the memory loss. And actually being able to put the tools of the trade in place with that, you know, giving them ideas like taking the notes and reminders, so where they can actually start working with developing that skill again.
Appearances are also obviously a challenge for people in this program. They're of course very aware and feeling very insecure about what the treatments may be doing to their health physically on the inside, but also physically on the outside. It can be a case of wigs or scarves or scars that they have to work around and overcome. Obviously, cosmetically for a woman, sometimes those challenges can be enormous, but equally so men struggle with those challenges too. So being very aware of their issues and their concerns there, I think is an important part of what we do.
I have seen different personality traits come out of different people, and whether that's because of treatment or what they're going through, you're getting some raw people in front of you. With Kate, she was a difficult client to help. I was witnessing a lot of the pain and grief that Libby was going through and trying to be, or providing the support for her. And it wasn't just Libby that she was putting up those barriers with, it was the agency that we referred her to, as well as the people that were trying to help her at the Cancer Council. I don't know whether it was to do with her treatment that she was going through and what was going on in her life. We don't know that, but there are some people out there that just, they don't want to be helped, and that's a difficult thing, and we can't help them at times. There are going to be cases where we just can't help.
You'll need to gauge where you feel your skills are and how far you're prepared to go. There will be instances where perhaps you need the person to pursue their own avenues of exploration with Fair Work Australia, for instance, and also there may be cases that do need to be referred to a legal person, and action is more directly taken. The knowledge and issues that I see on a daily basis in my normal job, you just really realise how easy it is for people to have some enormous difficulties in their life, and being able to help them bridge that gap and move back into the workforce and be productive is really an important step to take.
It's just allowed me to utilise my skills that I use in my professional life to help those out in the community.